up, guys and girls? I am Mr. E from NYC, and if you are new to the channel, I want to welcome you. Right now, I'm hooking up with two of my friends. I am taking them through my backyard because one of them has a 72 volt, 51 amp hour battery, and I want to know, is that the battery I should choose for my next build? Be careful here, there's a lot of gravel. I am rocking the Onyx RCR, but I also have a SurRon Light Bee, and that Light Bee I want to upgrade. Range is a serious factor, and although the team at Powerful Lithium makes a variety of amp hour capacities, 51 amp hour seems to be that sweet spot. It's not too big, and it's not too small. So without any further ado, let's get into this one. All right, so I am here with, on my right, Electric Santito, and on my left is Brentley Builds. We have three uniquely modified e-bikes. I'm riding an Onyx RCR with an aftermarket battery from Powerful Lithium. It is a 72 volts, 50 amp hour battery with a special tune by our friend Bomba Marv from out there in Dove. My friend Santito on my right has a fully upgraded Super 73 RX, also equipped with a Powerful Lithium battery. He's got a 72 volt, 51 amp hour, a 5 kilowatt motor, and a far driver controller. Brentley Builds, also with a fully upgraded SurRon. He has 72 volts, 51 amp hour, Powerful Lithium battery with a far driver controller. We are about to pull over, maybe get some coffee and something to eat, and talk about his build a little bit more.
We should do like 70 miles range, roughly.
Today?
Like, no, like real world range on that.
I'm sorry, damn, she came and of course my wife goes in the rain.
It's all good, man.
Get back. How are you calculating? Because there's like 3 volts at, let's say,
The top
82 will give you more range than 3 volts at like 70 volts.
It's rough. Like, it's not.
It's a guesstimate.
Yeah, it's a guesstimate. It's based on how much voltage I've used so far and the distance I've traveled so far. So.
All right, so you think you'd get about 71 miles per charge.
70.
And your riding style, which is somewhat, I'd like to call aggressive.
Wow, it's very nice.
I get throttle happy.
Who got the quesadilla?
Yes, it is me. Yeah.
That would be me. Oh, that looks really good. Thank you so much.
Enjoy, guys.
Ooh, look at that.
Korean, American.
Yeah.
Nice.
Provecho. Everything good?
Yeah,
we're good.
Perfecto. Todo bien.
good,
Por ahora.
Okay, enjoy, guys.
Thank you,
Gracias,
brother.
muchas gracias. All right, so I am here with Brentley Builds and Electric Santito, and we're gonna talk bikes in about a minute, I think, after we eat. All right, so just briefly for me, explain to me what you have on your bike.
Hey guys, Brentley Builds. Been on the channel a few times, but just going over my SurRon again. Part of it is the battery. It's got a 72 volt, 51 amp hour Powerful Lithium battery using moly cells, P42As. Good for a lot of amps. There's like, I think it's got a 500. No, I think it's got like a 600 amp BMS on it. I don't know. So I can push 600, but I don't push that much. Right now I have it set up running 450 DC, 1000 phase, which is pretty fun. My controller can go up to 500 DC, so I want to try that. It's a far driver 72 1000. Other mods, longer swing arm.
Social motor?
Yeah, the Social motor. I got some fancy brakes on it. Yeah, some custom lights that I've wired up. I did the whole wiring harness on the bike. I redid the whole thing, so it's got some fun stuff that I can do because of that. I've got a fancy charge port. It's a LP20. Basically just connects really securely and handle a lot of amps and kind of looks cool. But yeah, key switch still works, so made sure I kept that on the bike. I like having a key. Like I said, the lights are custom, like hooked up to the wiring harness. It's also got a regen button that I did. Yeah.
You also mentioned dual discharge on this battery, right?
Yes, this is the dual discharge setup from PL. I recommend it if you're going to push a lot of amps. It helps, you know, not create a bottleneck at the connector.
Let's just talk about batteries, because you've been through a couple, right, for this build?
2, yeah.
All right, so just tell me a little bit about like why you went with the 7251 as opposed to whatever you had before. But before you do that, tell me about what you had before.
I don't know, so the 20S9P, I forget what size that is. That's like
9P?
Yeah, it's 34.
9P?
No, I think it's like 40 something. Hold on.
No, I think you had 42, no?
It's like 38H. So I had the 7238H, and then I had a 72 21 in parallel, which was fun. Ended up selling a bike that had the extender on it, the 21. So that battery was gone, and I wanted a single battery that had a good amount of range to begin with, and could push at least 500 amps continuous. So that's why I went with the dual discharge setup as well, because the goal is to be able to have that headroom. But yeah, mainly just did it for the extra range, the simplicity of only using one battery, and probably the biggest thing was having the highest amount of headroom I could have for want for DC amps, because 450 is a lot, especially with 1000 phase. I don't think I'm going to go much higher than that. I'll probably just max out the controller at 500 and be happy with it. So.
All right, so right now you're pushing 450 watts, you said?
No,
Talk about
450 DC amps on 72 volt, which is like, I don't know, like 40 kilowatt. Hold on.
You said 40?
Yeah, like I peak at like 40 kilowatt maybe.
That's all?
Hold on.
Wow,
Damn. Maybe not. If it's like really charged well, hold on, doing the math. Yeah, it peaks motor-wise, or DC wise, at like 37.
Still a lot.
Yeah, but then like 1000 phase, so a lot.
So it's safe to say she's fast.
Yeah, she's quick.
So because you're speaking so highly of the this particular battery, and it seemed like a lot of thought went into what you actually have, is this something that you recommend for someone like myself who's looking to upgrade their SurRon?
Yeah, it's nice to kind of just go straight to the 51. A bigger battery always helps, and like the second you get it, you're going to want even more range. So the 51's a good amount. Like I think like real world riding and like with my kind of higher than, you know, most people's settings, like I'm still gonna be able to get like 70 miles of range while riding pretty hard. So it's a good battery, and you don't have to worry about like reconnecting an extender and that kind of thing. Right. It does sit higher in the bike, so that is something to, you know, note. Like you got to figure out a way to make that look clean.
Oh yeah, that's something I wanted to address also. I see these little, they look like these little Ys. They're 3D printed Ys or a bracket or whatever the case might be. But when you upgrade to a battery like this, I'm panning for the thing, but I need to keep the camera on you.
Yeah.
When you upgrade it to this sort of thing, that's something that comes natural, right? You have to put these brackets. You have to make the type
lid,
of extension to bring the lid up a little bit higher. You
gotta extend the bracket lids, the brackets for the lid for sure. There's just a dimension thing.
I've seen some higher amperage batteries, and they look like it's just towering above the handlebars. So to me, it was like too much. It stuck out like a sore thumb.
Yeah,
that's something that I wanted to do.
I didn't want that look at all. So definitely shout out to the guys at PL, because they use a closer cell grouping than they do on some of the earlier batteries they made, so it allows them to make the battery more compact, which is cool. So like I think with a standard cell grouping where it's not right up, you know, against each other in like cylinder form, but just like next to each other. I don't know what the right terminology would be for that is, but like the battery would be like probably 4 inches taller. Yeah, like, and that's just ugly. So shout out to them for the compact.
You mentioned range before. You think you can get about 71 miles?
I think, yeah, like 70-ish miles, probably a little more. That's with like, you know, real world range, like gunning it. Like if I was running lower settings, or if I'd like switch it to a mode that didn't use 450 DC amps, I could get more, yeah. But 70 with those kind of settings is right in the sweet spot. Especially nowadays with like the fast chargers, you can charge it, you know, 15 plus amps if you have the outlet for it. So,
all right. One last question for you, and then I'll let you go. So range test is something that are you thinking of working to put together?
Yeah, no, I should do a range test for sure. That'd be fun. I haven't got around to it yet because it's a lot of battery to drain, and I haven't had time to. But yeah, range test is definitely in order.
All right, sounds like a plan. All right, so that's something that you guys can look forward to is Brentley builds his range test, and when he does that, I'll share with all of you. I'll put that link to that range test video in the description below. All right, Santito, my man Brentley has a very nice SurRon, and I know you have a nice SurRon at home, but you're not riding that bad boy today.
No.
What are you riding?
It's been a while. I took out the RX. She's sitting pretty back there.
All right, so you have a fully modified, I'd say, RX.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about the modification that you've done to that bike?
As you know, we did the far driver 72680. We got the 51 amp hour Powerful Lithium. Battery's a beast. Upgraded BMS, right? I think I went from 300 to 500. I want to say, if I'm not mistaken. So,
did you change your tune after that?
I have not changed my tune,
so that's something we can do. We can look forward to.
Yes, we're gonna have to go.
Updated video on your.
We're gonna have to go CV so you can give it a little sprinkle of love. Yes.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Oh, and what about the motor? What are you rocking?
I'm rocking the 5 kilowatts Powerful Lithium upgraded motor with battery and controller.
And you have those shiny wheels on
Chris
your
Customs, yes sir. Had to shine them up. They were dusty.
Yeah, they're looking good today. Yeah. That's for sure.
But that's it. That's my baby.
All right. So we were talking a little bit before with Brentley Builds about the range. Have you done a range test on yours?
Oh, on my RX, not to a full extent, right? I think we did about 55 to 60 miles.
Right.
But we
you
had
could have gone a little bit further.
Yes, we definitely could have done more.
All right, so then that's something that we can look forward to. Maybe a future updated video on the range test for your battery.
Before the winter strikes.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Oh, winter's coming, so we can gear up, we can dress better. That means we can go faster also.
Yes.
All right, so that's something to look forward to. All right, my brother, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you.
All right.
Yes. Right. And if you are interested in a Powerful Lithium battery and you want to save some money, use my code. I have a code that'll save you about $100. It's MRENYC. That's Mystery NYC. This is the point where we say goodbye. Brentley, thank you so much for coming out and sharing some of your experience with me and helping me make a decision as to which battery I'm leaning towards, which would obviously be the 7251 amp hour battery. Brentley Builds is out. It's just me and Electric Santito. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate and smash that like button. I'm losing my voice. Leave a comment. I get back to everybody. And if you want to, please subscribe. So until the next video, peace out, everybody.
Can I ride your bike, Santos?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I just want to see this controller with this hub because I haven't got this controller on this hub.
It's on.
Okay.
I would take it to the road there. Nice to hear what he's got to say about it. Yo, those lights are bright.
Damn, I haven't seen it roll.
Yo.
I like it.
All right, that's a good start.